Hello, my name is Ruby from the RubyGarmaNetwork.com. Today we have one of my dearest friends, Carmen Morales, to join us because she's a big part of the network. So we're going to get to know her today. Hello, Carmen. Thank you for
Hello.
coming.
Hello.
And please introduce yourself.
My name is Carmen Morales, and I'm a nurse practitioner. That's lately. I was an RN and I was LVN for a long period of time. As an LVN, I used to work in research with pregnant women. We did test research. We did medications, trial medications, and we work, but most of all, we enjoy working. As an RN, it was really nice. It was another world going from the LVN to the RN. You have more independence, you have more responsibilities, and also I started working eye clinics. You name it, I think I worked them all.
You work on all,
Almost all.
mostly of all, a lot of specialties, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you choose nursing as your career or profession?
All my life, I didn't see any other thing but nursing. Nursing was, I would say, it was my goal because I grew up with my grandma, and she used to help everybody in the town. Oh, that the neighbor next door is sick. There goes my grandma to take some medication or some help. So I grew up with that, and my thing was being a nurse.
Anybody in your family that has the same career or profession?
Yes, I have a sister that is a nurse. I have a niece that is a nurse, and I have another niece that's is in the last year of medical. So it runs in the family, I will say.
Okay. What school did you pursue your LVN, the RN program, as well as the FNP program?
The LVN, I went to LA Unified School District. They have a program, and I think it's really, really good and affordable. From then, I started working as LVN, and I had the opportunity to go and pursue the RN to the Mount St. Mary's University. We finished, we studied in Mount St. Mary's. That's what I met. That's what I met my friend, my good friend Ruby. And since then, I think it's the only pair that had gone this far, being really close friends.
Yes.
And the uh, MP, I did it at Charles,
Charles Drew University.
yes, Charles Drew
Here
University.
in Compton.
And,
Yes.
and
So, with so many years of experience in nursing, what is the best or unforgettable experience that you most remember?
we had too many. We had too many. It is impossible to mention only one. We have
Too many to remember, correct?
too many to remember. we need a lot of time to talk about it. And it is, you know, but very memorable
Okay.
ones.
All right. So, is there any bad or worse experience that you were able to make it as a lesson learned or turn that around as a quality improvement for you? Do you
Well,
remember?
well, the bad experience give you a lesson, and the good experience also. So you enjoy bad and good.
Okay. Do you have something that you can tell our audience, a specific one, or if you
Oh,
remember, or no?
it is too many to remember.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
It's too many
too
to remember.
many.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So I know we had a lot of schooling time. Uh, you have work, and basically, in order for you to be successful, there's also a support. And who are those support or supported you during going to school and going to work?
Well, I would say without family, you wouldn't be able, and you need a support. Not only the family, but also a support. Um, I was lucky to have my aunt that she always supported me. I have my good friends, and all the family supported me. All the family fed me,
Yes.
and it wa we fed each other also.
Yes.
I remember at Charles Drew, lunchtime, it was a party for everybody because uh, somebody, oh, let me go and bring this for everybody. And we all sit down and eat together. It was more than 100 people, but we were all together.
Correct. Now, I know that part of the support that you have, and I wanted to go back and remember our teachers, because without them, we're not here or our career is not complete. So, do you remember our teachers in the RN program as well as the FNP programs?
Yes, I remember on the RN, it was Tori Dufa, it was Becky, very nice, but very strict. I remember
Ming Wang?
Min,
Yeah.
very strict. Oh, Lord. There comes Miss Ming. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, be quiet and sit down. And I remember also Letty, our instructor from General Hospital, the Big G
Yeah,
Hospital,
the county
the county.
general hospital. Yeah, I remember Letty because she would get on our behind if we didn't do such thing. But it's very very memorable to remember the teachers because they are part of the reason why we
We,
became a nurse. Yeah.
we are here.
So
Yes.
now that you remember their names, say hello to them. Maybe they're listening to this video, and maybe we can get them to come and be interviewed as well. What
Yeah,
do you think?
that's an excellent idea. Yes.
Okay. Um, so tell me about your experience as an LVN, RN, and FNP. So I keep coming back because we wanted the audience to know um, what things that you did being an LVN, and it enhanced your knowledge in becoming an RN, and what leads you to want to become an FNP. So basically, so can you tell the audience how those connect to each other?
Well, nursing is nursing, starting from the NAs, then LVNs, then RN, then nurse specialist, then MP. So as LVN, I came to work in OBGYN doing special studies. That's where I learned the fetal monitoring strip because I had to know when the baby is stable, when he has a deceleration, an acceleration, or is just a normal heart rate. And
So
many,
what was that easy for you during our OB rotation because you had that experience?
no,
No?
no, no.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing is easy. Nothing is given. You had to put a little effort. You had to learn and study and study.
Yes. But during the RN program, so we both went to Mount St. Mary's College, and now it's Mount St. Mary's University.
University.
So I have to tell the audience that part of it, because Carmen was an LVN at that time, she was our go-to person as far as also when starting an IV. We have a lot of experience because as a new RN or a student for the RN program, we were learning to do the actual work. But without Carmen in my team, I don't know how I would have been able to do it. So that's correct, right, Carmen?
That's correct.
Remember, we
Yeah.
had a lot of our practice at the General Hospital in Los Angeles.
And every time they have an IV, oh, let us page Carmen. And they used to page me overhead. I say, oh my God, the whole hospital knows me now. What am I going to do? Maybe they give me a job when I finish.
So being an RN as well, Carmen also worked in a lot of the clinics, a lot of specialty in the clinic, and he had a lot of experience working in the what do you call it, disadvantaged community. But he did a lot of procedure as well. So remember when we went through the FNP program, Carmen, you didn't have a lot of issues about doing some of the procedures like pap smear. You
No,
were good in that because you were doing that in the
OBGYN.
OBGYN, correct?
Yes, the
Yes.
suturing also, putting the
So yeah, the
stitches.
suturing. So it did help from you starting being an LVN and being an RN, and now practicing as an FNP. So basically, Carmen worked at the county clinic, and basically when he started working as a family nurse practitioner, she works at the medical home. And how many patients did you guys used to take care a day?
It was 20 patients a day, 20 to 23. And we have them all. It
You have
was,
a lot.
Yes, it was really, really working hard. We have 11 in the morning. Uh, we had a clinic 2 sessions from 8 to 1 and from 1:30 to 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So it was a lot of patients.
Okay.
A little bit, some not too complicated, but for most of the patients that we have in medical home, they're complicated.
Mm. Did you also work at employee health, right?
Yes, I was transferred to employee health.
So what did you do at employee health?
I just I had the responsibility to make sure that all employees are compliant with the policies and procedures. That um, not really obligated, but it was mandatory to have the flu shot every year. So I had to make sure that the majority of people got the flu shots. They everybody has
Physical?
the physicals. They go and have the physicals on outside, or they could have it right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are they required to have a yearly annual physical?
They are required, and they're free to go outside or have it done right there. And for all new employees, we had to do
Everybody.
a general history and physical.
Okay. And to make sure that all their immunizations are also up to date, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tell us about your experience and two aspects of specialty being an FNP. I know we had work in a family nurse practitioner practice. And since you work full time in the medical home in employee health, do you have any preference of where you wanted to be? Just be honest.
No specific preference, but it was different. You know, in employee health, you had to make sure that they have all vaccinations, mainly focusing on preventive medicine. In medical home, you have to focus on preventive medicine, also preventive care, but the patients that you get are already complicated, and you had to establish them at an optimal level.
Yes. Okay. I know that it's not easy to be a nurse because you go through a lot of studying, testing, and all that. But as a nurse, we also have regulations that we follow.
Exactly.
Even being FNP, can you tell the audience what are the requirements before we can start being an MP or being an RN? What are the process that they needed to do? Being an RN, you need to be certified.
You
We
had,
all know that, right?
yes, and be a FMP, MP. You don't need to be certified by the um, board, but you had to be done with the school and have a diploma. That's the nurse practitioner, not board certified. So, but we all want that when once we finish the MP program, we want to have the board certification, the the initial B C after our names. That means board certified. So we had to have a test, and it's not easy, but you had the knowledge already. So it is not too complicated. You had to put a little effort, like I said before. Nothing is given. You had to work for it.
Okay. And do you remember when you renew your license for the FNP, how many CEU do you need to comply? Are they requiring 150 or 175? If you guys, FNP out there, that know this information, please comment down below because I'm not
Quite
sure
sure.
as well.
I'm not quite sure.
I think 150 or 175, something like that.
I think 150, but they had two kinds of continuing education. One is medical and one is
Pharmacology.
pharmacology.
Yes.
So
Okay.
uh, it is a certain amount on pharmacology and then complemented with the medical. So in total, I will say it's 150.
Yes.
And
All right. Part of the mission for me and Carmen, we wanted to do or be part of giving out to the community. I think what we started before was medical mission, medical and dental mission, and we had a few that we travel outside of the U.S. In Carmen, how was your experience when we did the medical and dental mission in the Philippines?
it was wonderful, but it was also kind of sad to see so many people that need help with the health. That's because the places that we went, there are people that they don't have medical, they don't have access to medical, and they don't even know that medicine exists. It was one area that they didn't know.
Some of our medications they didn't know. That's correct. Yes.
But it was really rewarding, and at the same time, you go with them, they take care of you, you take care of them, and it is wonderful. They really, the people really appreciate what you do for them.
Did you like the food?
Yes,
Filipino food?
Filipino food,
Okay, tell them what you ate. You ate
rice,
the malunggay or the
mal,
moringa, right?
mori, malunggay,
Yes.
malunggay.
Yeah.
That's from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
It was fresh. People run and cut from the tree the mangoes, the fish,
The coconut.
the coconut. Oh, too
Yes.
many things.
But it was hot because I think it was, we did it in like May of,
Yeah, it was really
the
hot.
month of May. It was
It is.
really hot in the Philippines. But we survived, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
You also volunteered with other medical mission, correct?
yes. I belong to the Flying Doctors of Mercy. That is an organization right here on Riverside. They go to Mexico and they go to Guatemala and I think in another country in South America. Eh, but I haven't gone further than Mexico and Guatemala. And they also do medical mission, dental. We have them.
Surgery. They do surgeries too,
Yeah,
right?
they
Yeah.
do surgeries.
Yep. Um, Well, with your more than 30 years of nursing experience or experiences, what do you want those aspiring nurses to know? What can you advise them with the, a lot of years of nursing experience so that they can learn from it? What is your advice?
Well, nursing is not easy, but it is very rewarding. And you have to have a heart to be a nurse. That's one thing that is in you. You had to question yourself, am I going to be a nurse? I want to be a nurse. Am I going to be able to cope with everything? Because sometimes even a little experience. Now it came to my memory, one patient that I have, that he had a stroke. Well, when you have a stroke, you don't think straight. The patient pooped on himself in the bed and played with the poop, and I had to clean it. It was one of my obligations as a student. When I got home, the first thing I said, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. But then later on, I learned, well, poop is nothing. It's part of the body. It's part of the human. It's part of the life. So that was my lesson I learned, made me strong, and came back. After that, I could deal with everything.
Okay, yes, you have to have that mental capacity. You have to be compassionate, because I know I'm not saying that all the nurses are good. They can be mediocre, but there are a lot of nurses that is compassion to serve the people that in need. So basically, so in sense, thank you so much. I think this is the end of our interview with Carmen. Thank you for coming. If you want this video and you want to know more, please comment, like, and subscribe so that you can see more videos. Peace.